One thing we loved was Pee-wee as himself. Came out Friday.
Yes, and that one was great.
On Max. Oh, man. So we went down the whole Pee-wee rabbit hole. First of all, okay, so what's cool about this documentary is the filmmakers started shooting a documentary. Well, I don't even think Paul Rubens told them he had had cancer for the last 6 years of his life.
Right.
So they shot 40 hours of footage. I mean, he knew it was going to happen. He was all teed up to tell his story, and he did one in a wonderful way, I thought.
Right, and he's very funny in it too. I like his I like his attitude. His sense of humor in it is really good. You
got sort of a sense of his timeline that I never really had. You know, he was part of the Groundlings in the 70s. A couple of Saturday Night Live people came from there. Phil Hartman, for example, who was instrumental in writing the Pee Wee Herman stage show that was in the early 81 from the Roxy. There's that on Max that we watched. Then a bunch of TV appearances, Letterman, MTV.
Right.
He was just sort of this character that showed up to be weird.
And there was one interview where he did go as himself, and he was like, never again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and he didn't do that again until near the end of his career.
Then there was, and speaking of the Groundlings, wasn't Elvira one?
Yes, she was, and
Like
I was really
mistress of
hoping you were going to say something.
Yeah.
It was cool seeing her as a ginge. She looked good.
Is it her natural hair color or wild?
I think it is, yeah.
So then Pee-wee's Big Adventure in 85, Big Top Pee-wee in 88, and then I think we also want to see the one that they made in 2016.
Yeah, Pee-wee's Holiday or something.
Is that it?
Yeah.
And then the 2011 Broadway stage show revival of Pee-wee's.
Of the Pee Wee Herman Show?
Pee Wee Herman Show, thank you.
Uh-huh.
And then, of course, all the episodes of Pee-wee's Playhouse from 86 to 90.
Wow.
Yeah, and then he, of course, they go into him whipping it out in 91 or whenever that was in Florida. Oopsie.
Yeah.
And also,
I don't know why it was a scandal.
Dude who went into a place where dudes get aroused in public, got aroused in public.
I don't get why that was ever a big issue in his career and why people were so weird about it, even for a second.
Yeah.
You know? Let's
also recognize what he brought to the entertainment community in general.
Right.
So he was this quirky performer with this quirky persona and wanted to do this quirky movie, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. He got Tim Burton, who had never directed a film before. Okay, he had Frankenweenie.
And
Vincent?
Vincent, thank you.
Yeah, okay, a couple of student art films. Never,
and they were shorts, too. They weren't full-length features.
So Tim Burton for the first time. Danny Elfman for the first time took him from Oingo Boingo frontman to composer,
right?
Who just a few years later would do the most famous television theme song of all time,
true,
for The Simpsons, the Batman soundtrack. What the hell?
Everything else that Tim Burton ever did.
Everything 80s.
Yeah.
So he brought that team together, that iconic team. There may have never been an
Tim
Tim
Edward
Burton
Scissorhands.
Right.
Yeah. How horrible was
Danny
the world
Elfman collab without Pee Wee Herman. And here's something else that they didn't mention, but I know in my heart is true.
Okay.
There would not be a SpongeBob SquarePants without Pee Wee Herman.
Yes, right. Because of the captain character.
Well,
right?
The captain character, that was a surprise, but it's the same concept of a grown-up man-child.
Yeah, that's true.
Navigating the world with sort of naive, innocent, and sometimes often stupid to comedic effect viewpoints.
Right.
But you watch SpongeBob SquarePants, which I recently completed all of this because we got Paramount Plus we caved.
Right.
Don't judge me, but I was like, there's no way this would exist without Pee Wee Herman.
It's true. And I was actually thinking also, Fred. Do you remember Fred?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That YouTube star came in 2008.
Yeah.
About the same time as Biebs.
Yeah, he basically did exactly what Pee Wee Herman did, where he came up with a little character, and that was who he played, and he did that all the way to Nickelodeon. Yeah.
Was that the first YouTube star to make the leap from YouTube to the entertainment industry, cable TV, IRL entertainment?
I mean, Bieber was around the same time, and I think he was a little quicker. Technically.
Yeah, certainly quicker,
Yeah.
rose way more meteorically.
Way more.
And stayed around for a lot longer. I forgot about Fred.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Fred is kind of like the Dollar Tree Pee Wee Herman. So.
Kind of.